Everybody, post happy Easter. I hope you had a good weekend. We are on our week 4 of our unit. It will be unit 3, but it's week 4 that we've been doing this online education. So this is going to be your instructions for week 4. I do want to make sure that y'all have read your emails. I sent out a PowerPoint that summarizes what the AP test is going to be like. You will be able to use your notes. So what I recommend that you do, something that you could do, is print out the keys for the review worksheets that we've been giving you. And then if you put them in a binder and label them per unit, it might help you out on the day of the test to be able to reference that information really quickly. Because remember, the FRQs are timed, so you won't have time to be going and searching for all kinds of information. You'll need it right at your hands. That being said, this is going to be our instructions for this week, and we will get started now. Let's see. Switch. Okay, so, whoops, let's go to our home page. We're going to go down. We will see our week 413 to week 417 button. And it's going to come up here in just a second. There we go. All right, so it's set up just like all the other weeks. There's a couple of changes made. One of the key changes is that all of these assignments are going to be due by Friday, the 17th, not Sunday like we have been doing. Y'all are waiting till Sunday evening, and I don't want you doing work on the weekend. I want you to get your work done during the week, and then have the weekend for yourselves. So and we have changed the date to the due date for everything has to be done by Friday, 11:59 p.m. except the FRQ, which has to be done by Thursday, 11:59 p.m. Okay. All right, so going through the video, again, we've got our interactive unit table and video lectures. Make sure you watch back over those and review in preparation for the AP exam. Then we have our Unit 3 review worksheet. This needs to be followed. There is a Word doc version and a Google Doc version. If you use the Word doc version, then you need to use the alternate upload spot to upload your file for that. Then you have an additional worksheet this week. This is the cell energy practice worksheet. And there's a Google Doc form for this and a Word doc version. So if you use the Word doc version, again, use the alternate upload spot for that. And you can upload both worksheets into the one alternate upload spot. Just do it as one big upload. Then we have our Unit 3 FRQ. This will be a minor grade this week. Again, this has to be done by Thursday, so then you can do a peer review by Friday. And then your peer review will be done on Friday. Now, I was going through grading the FRQs from last week, and I was reading some of the peer reviews. They have to be 5 sentences. This should be a minimum of 5 sentences, okay? These are some questions or statements that you can help guide you to write your peer reviews. Please make sure and reference the key very specifically when you're doing this. Don't just say, oh, this was a great job. You did really well. You mentioned this, you mentioned that. Because a lot of you on your peer reviews are missing the key vocab terms. Describe, explain, list, okay? Those are things that you need to make sure they've actually done. If they just named a process, they have not explained it, okay? You can't just say there is active transport and facilitated diffusion is another way that molecules move. Well, no, that does not explain it. You need to explain what active transport and facilitated diffusion is and how it works, okay? That's an explanation. So make sure when you're doing your peer reviews, you really look at your keys and do a better job because those are lacking. And I think next week I'm going to start taking off points if I feel like you really haven't looked at the key when you're peer reviewing. So make sure we get that done. Then we click the next button. That takes us to our unit table. Again, these note checks are all optional. I've opened them up for multiple tries. You can see the answers. They're just there for you for practice. Make sure and go through and review the PowerPoints or watch the video lectures again. Maybe check out a couple of alternate videos to watch as well to update your information. Then you've got your Unit 3 review packet. That's going to come up in just a minute, hopefully. It's thinking. There it goes. Okay, so yours will come up and you can click here as well if you get this message, but you should be able to click here and it will open up a new file. Needs to sign in. Make sure you're signed in with your student Google account, otherwise it won't work. And you've got your Google Doc version of the Canvas assignment, okay? So our topic this week is going to be enzymes and cellular energy, okay? Photosynthesis and cellular respiration. So you'll complete that, and then we will release the key for that Friday evening, so you can go back and check your answers and double check that you did everything right. This is just the Word version that you can download if you don't want to work in the Google Doc version. Then you have your cell energy practice. This is the second worksheet that you're going to be doing. And again, this comes up very small in here, so you will have to click on the blue icon here so that you can call up a larger version of it. And even this is kind of small, so if you go over to View, and you can go to Zoom, and you can choose 100%, and you've got your up close version of it. So it's got 2 pages that you have to do. And anything you do within this Google Doc will automatically save in Canvas. Just make sure you submit. There is a Word doc version of this as well, okay? So if you don't want to use the Google Doc version, you've got the Word doc version, and it hopefully is thinking it will come up, and so you can just open this up, work in Word, and then you upload to the alternate submission spot. Your cell energy practice key, which will show up next week. And then we have our FRQ and peer review, okay? Make sure you read through. This is going to be time yourself for 30 minutes, okay? Make sure you're timing yourself because I noticed that some of the shorter FRQs, some of them were quite lengthy, some of them were quite short, okay? We want a happy medium. So make sure you're using your time wisely and being concise and detailed. But you don't want to get too over detailed because then you might run over time. So that's why it's important that you time yourself when you're doing these FRQs so that you get practice knowing how long you're actually taking to complete them. Again, this has to be done by Thursday, 11:59 p.m. so that you can do your peer reviews on Friday. So there's your question. It's a long question. Make sure you read through all of it, answer your peer review or answer your thing. Then you've got your scoring, which will be released afterwards. And then your alternate upload spot. Okay, so if you have difficulty using Google Docs and you use a Word doc of either worksheet, make sure and upload it to this spot, both of them to this one spot under one submission. Okay. If you do 2 submissions, it's just going to make it messy and it's going to make it more difficult for me. So please only do 1 submission, upload 2 files to the 1 submission. Okay. And then that should be it for, that should be it for this module for this week. We will be taking some other grades as we go along here. I'm not sure what other grades we're taking, but I do know that we will be taking at least 1 other grade this week, if not 2 other grades this week. So make sure you do all the work that is there because it's possible that we could take it, but we might not take it. But if you don't do it, then it's definitely a 0. So make sure you do everything that we've asked you to do and in a timely manner. If you have any questions, please email me, contact me. I am here for you, and I hope you have a good week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.